interviewing. Going to be a lot of questions that they ask you, right? Of course there are. But what do you really want to expect? Well, you can expect that there's going to be a lot of opportunities for you to tell them your successes. These are the stories about things you've accomplished. And they have achievements, they have results of those achievements. So you can do that in response to questions that are the classic, tell me about a time when you had a terribly difficult client to deal with. Or you can do it in terms of the questions that involve real factual basis. They want to know about dollars, they want to know about percentages, they want to know about quotas, whatever it happens to be. So you're going to see that a lot of questions are in those two categories. And your answers to those questions, your answers need to be crisp and relevant. I was interviewing a psychologist. It was a favor to one of the VPs because he really thought he wanted to go into HR. So I looked at his resume, I had him in, I'm going to talk HR. I'm not really interviewing him in classic interview, but nevertheless it's an interview because they were thinking about whether they should hire him. I could not get anything out of this man. You'd ask him a question, there'd be this long pause, and then he'd give like a 2-word answer. I felt like I was pulling each word out of his mouth. He wanted an HR job, and he couldn't talk to an HR person. This is not a good thing. So your answers, you can take time to think, that's fine. But crisp, relevant. If they want more information, they can ask you, and they will. But if you drone on and on and on, not that I, of course, ever do anything like that myself, if you drone on, then you lose them for too much talk. So crisp and relevant. You might face one interview. You might have a day in which you went through 3 or 4 or even 5 or 6 interviews. You might face a panel. A lot of companies, especially mid-sized and smaller ones, love panels because it gets everybody in one room at one time. They may or may not be well organized, but just remember with a panel discussion, it's just an interview, and don't just interview that one person who answers you the question. Don't respond only to them. Respond to the whole panel. Look around, be friendly, answer the questions. That's what you can really expect in an interview. There's not so many anymore about the stress questions or the puzzle questions, although they occur kindly. Mostly if you're prepared with your success stories, you're fine.